The best way to learn programming is to develop your own projects. It isn't by just following a lot of tutorial series based on a certain language or tech stack or something else. The best way is to develop your own actual project with everything that comes with it. This tutorial series is created for people who are either starting out to program or already have some background in programming and want to advance their careers. It is also aimed at people who want to just learn programming in order to find a job, or for people who want to learn programming to develop their own projects, startups, and so on. The landscape of programming has changed a lot. It is not enough to just know a programming language or even a tech stack. You need to know the entire logic and the entire landscape behind it. You need to know how the marketing behind it works. You need to know how you're going to create your distribution channels. You need to know how you're going to pick different tech stacks and technologies to work with. And most important of all, you shouldn't build a new product or service for every problem you have. You should know how to integrate different solutions that already exist into your particular problem. And programming and software development in general is heading more and more into that direction. This is why I have created this tutorial series. I have noticed that a lot of tutorials and courses out there are pretty much outdated. And this is why I have created this tutorial series that will combine everything and all the skills needed for you to be successful, for you to be in the top 1 or 10% of software developers. In this tutorial, we will build an entire app starting from scratch. We will go through the process of coming up with an idea, how to build something, we will research the background of it, and then we will start developing it. We will plan out how and what technologies we are going to use, how we are going to implement them, and then we'll also think of distribution channels, how to take our product to market, and how to deploy and scale the product, and how to maintain it for the future. It is also not enough to just build anything, any tutorial. We won't be building a to-do list app or something like that. We will look at it from a real business perspective. We will create something that there is a need in the market for, that can be sold to someone, and that real people will actually use in the end. We will create something useful. You really have to stay focused for those 10 minutes in which I will explain what we'll build, how we'll build it, and how it will benefit you. This will be a tutorial series of 32 videos in which I will upload 2 videos every week, so you can follow along and create the app with me. So let's get into it. What type of app are we going to build? The app will be a movie recommendation app. Pretty much everyone is once in a time in the situation that they want to watch a movie, but they don't know what movie to watch, what's popular, or maybe I just watched a great movie in a specific genre and I need to find a movie that's similar to this one. Yeah, you can use Google to just type in movies like this, but mostly the results are not that good, and there is another problem that in most cases the movies you see there, you have already watched them and they are pretty much mainstream movies. But I have noticed that there are a lot of movies from other countries that are completely underrated. Like for example, if you're into thriller movies and you type in 7, you will get movies like Inception, or some mainstream movies that pretty much everyone watched already. So this is not too useful. So in this app, we will build an entire app around recommending movies to people. There will also be a special section where we are going to recommend music to people in correspondence to the music they like. So how is this going to work? You're going to be able to type in movies you already like, or you can also type in some text of some type of movie you would like to watch. And then the app will list you different movies which you can watch that correspond to the app, to the recommended movies. You will also be able to save movies in your favorite list. We will also create an entire authentication system. We will go through things like how you can allow people to test your recommender, but after they have let's say search for 3 movies, there is a sign up pop-up button. We will also have different features in which you can activate depending on your rights. For example, the movie recommender is free, but if you want the music recommender, you need to sign up for a pro account. We will go through all the steps an entire real business app would have. We will go through everything, including how we can create a distribution channel. What I mean by that is how we're going to drive traffic, How are we going to optimize the website for SEO? What is important to our website for which purposes? And this will be all broken down into a series of videos addressing those problems. So what are we exactly going to cover in this tutorial series? The first thing is generating the idea. We will start by coming up with a good idea. I already mentioned what we are going to build, but we are going to go through the thought process how to come up with ideas. Maybe you could build something else and don't follow it with the movie recommender if you're interested. You will learn how to do that inside of that tutorial. The next thing is researching and doing competitor analysis. We will research if there is something on the market, what is the competition doing, what can we improve, and what is the market size. We will go through this in a technical and non-technical way. We will research what tools you can use for research. We will look at how you can do the research. We will look at what key points you have to take before you start coding anything, so you don't waste a lot of time and build something nobody needs. After that, we are going to validate the idea. This is pretty much a part of the research process, but after we have researched it, we are going to validate it with real people. We will ask people how they find the idea, if they want to use it, what they think about it, what are the bugs, are they willing to pay for the product? That's also something really important you need to consider. If there are a lot of people willing to sign up for free, doesn't mean that a lot of people are willing to pay for the product. After that, we will design the app. We will go through a technical point there and we will start designing the app. We will look at what tech stack we need to use. We will look at what programming languages solve different tasks the best, because not everything is made for everything. We will look at different tools we can integrate together to build a real business around this app. After that, we will start developing the app. We will use a microservice architecture. We will use different programming languages like Node.js, Python. For the front end, we are going to use JavaScript, React. We are also going to have a WordPress website integrated with it. And we are going to combine everything into different services, each service doing their own job. After that, we are going to create an architecture. Everything we were developing before was either local or was in some testing mode. But after that, we are going to create an entire infrastructure. For that, we will use AWS. We will go through the main services we need to configure. We will also connect it with different services outside of AWS we are using. After that, we are going to scale the app. We are going to look at how we are going to scale for 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 users. This is something you always need to keep in mind. We are going to look at how we can maintain and update the app. If we produce updates in a regular schedule, how we are going to update actually the app in those schedules. And the last part is monetization. We are going to look how we can monetize the app. We are going to look how we can drive some traffic, how much should we charge for the app, and how we can convert free traffic into paid users. As I mentioned, I will create an entire tutorial series on YouTube for free on how to do this, but for those of you who want to go deeper or maybe want more assistance or support, then head over to noveltechmedia.com. The course is being constantly updated for years to come, and I will also try to answer all the comments you have here on YouTube. But as I said, for more support and more topic related questions, head over to Noveltech Media and sign up for the course. All of those steps are extremely important. You can't miss anything of it. If you don't invest the proper time to come up with an idea, if you don't invest the proper time to research your idea, to see how the competitors are doing, then you're going just to waste a lot of time. This comes from my own personal experience. I have started a lot of startups, a lot of websites, a lot of blogs, and a lot of them failed just because of this reason. I didn't think it through. You need to have a plan from the start till the end. You can't just hope that some magical technology is going to come along the way, or that users are just going to come to your website magically in some way. You need to have a plan. And this is actually really strange that a lot of people think that software development is like it was 10 years ago, where you had to build out every solution manually. But this is not the case. There is a lot of standard software which you need to combine with custom solutions you're building to create something new and to finish your projects faster. I mean, you can go ahead and create your own payment system and spend 1 year with it, but it will be much better to just use Stripe for that and be ready in 2 days to charge your customers. So this is the approach we are going to take in this tutorial series. We will look at all those different angles, all integrations, how to know which technology and which tools to use at what time. And as I have already explained, the best single way to learn programming is by doing projects. You can look at courses all day long and create simple solutions for something, but this is not the way how you're going to learn programming in a better fundamental way. Because if you are building a project, you're going to cross so many problems you never expected, and this will widen your horizons a lot. And in the end, you don't want to be just a developer. You want to have the understanding. You want to know how the business behind it works. You want to know how to speak with salespeople. You want maybe to manage projects. You don't want to be just that simple programmer that everyone goes to and says, yeah, let's create this CSS template and that's it. You want to be the person who is going to create solutions, because people love people who create solutions. You want to be that guy who says, yeah, I know how we can implement this. Yeah, this is going to take us too much time. Let's do it this way. You want to be that person. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing to the channel so you can follow along the tutorial series. Or as I mentioned, if you want to go deeper into this or have more questions, head over to noveltechmedia.com. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you watching my videos. Thank you so much, and until the next time.